Now to a different mess, a political one in Washington, where Rudy Giuliani doesn't want his client, the U.S. president, taking part in Robert Mueller's investigation. But a White House lawyer, there since the beginning of Donald Trump's time in office, reportedly has been talking to Mueller. The CBC's Paul Hunter has that tonight.
After a weekend at his golf resort in New Jersey, the question shouted at Donald Trump was about a White House lawyer, now known to have spent 30 hours telling all he knows of Trump to Special Prosecutor Robert Mueller. Trump waved it off. His personal lawyer spoke for him on Mueller's investigation.
They don't have a single bit of evidence.
What's more, said Rudy Giuliani, when there are conflicting versions of events, say Trump's and someone else's, what's true depends on who's telling it. A concept that left journalist Chuck Todd gobsmacked.
Truth is truth. I don't mean to go like...
No, it isn't truth. Truth isn't truth. The President of the United States says, I didn't...
Truth isn't truth. Mr. Mayor, do you realize what...
No.
This is going to become a bad meme.
Thus, as a kind of echo to the term alternative facts, comes truth isn't truth. All of it, after the New York Times reported this man, White House lawyer Don McGahn, has indeed cooperated extensively with the Mueller inquiry with the permission of the president. Trump reportedly believed McGahn would defend him, but, says the Times, McGahn, who's said to have labeled Trump King Kong, worried the president would turn on him, so he testified to protect himself. In a tweet, Trump slammed the Times article as fake, adding McGahn was allowed to talk because I have nothing to hide. Trump likened Mueller to Joe McCarthy, the discredited 1950s senator who persecuted suspected communists in America. The Mueller inquiry, wrote Trump, is McCarthyism at its worst. The big question remains, will Trump himself sit down with Mueller?
I'm not going to be rushed into having him testify so that he gets trapped into perjury.
Whatever the impact of McGahn's testimony, Adrian, it seems clear he told investigators plenty, reportedly including stuff Trump's personal lawyers know nothing about, all of it with the potential to hurt or help the president.
And I guess, Paul, I mean, of course, Mueller and McGahn are hardly the only people on Trump's mind this weekend. I guess Paul Manafort is occupying some territory there.
Yeah, you know, it never stops down here. Jury's back tomorrow, just across the river in Virginia, for a third day of deliberations in Paul Manafort's trial on tax and bank fraud. Manafort was, of course, Trump's campaign manager for some of the time that Robert Mueller is investigating, but these charges are not a part of the Russia allegations per se. Still, given Trump's constant tweets that Mueller's on a witch hunt, Trump will be watching carefully for whatever the jury decides. If Manafort is found guilty, it'd sure take a lot of the wind out of Trump's criticism of Mueller. But if Manafort's found not guilty, it's just the opposite. And you can bet Trump would take full advantage of it on Twitter and beyond. That said, whatever happens in this trial, Manafort faces another trial later this year on more serious charges, where observers note there is significantly more evidence against him than there is in this one. Bottom line, jury's back at it in the morning. Adrian.
As you say, Paul, it never ends. Paul Hunter in Washington, thanks.